good day, good afternoon, good morning to everyone. It's a real pleasure being here, and I really look forward to taking you through our experience. Before we dive into this, let me introduce Mondelēz. It's a truly global company with approximately 31 billion net revenue. It's operating in over 80 markets and employing approximately 91,000 people. It's organized in 4 regions, 14 business units, and produces in approximately 150 plants. And I'm sure you all know some of our products, or actually I really hope you know some of our products, because we sell chocolates and biscuits and big brands like Cadbury, Oreo, Toblerone, and many, many more. And of course, given Mondelēz geographical footprints and size, the financial planning has to deal with high complexity and high volume of transactions. So that takes me to the next page, but before I start explaining what is there let me give you some context as well. So in Mondelēz, we have centralized consolidation reporting tool for major forecast and actuals, but we don't really use a dedicated planning tool. We have implemented operational planning process about 10 years back, but we still continue to struggle with some critical pain points. One of them is high manual workload. People still leverage Excel a lot, and there is a high number of planning iterations and conversations that are going on behind the scenes. Secondly, different teams work with different set of numbers. The sales teams start from customer perspective and manual promo planning. The demand planning teams leverage statistical demand forecasting. Supply planning check production constraints, and the finance teams then massage numbers. As a result, a lot of the time is spent reconciling the various targets and sets of numbers. Third, the monthly forecast takes almost a full month, so there is no room for flexibility to react to customer demands or market swings. And as a result, the forecast accuracy is low, unfortunately. This creates a perpetual cycle because there is a lack of trust in the base volume forecast. The different teams tend to add overlays and adjustments. And at the end, it is difficult to own the forecast for any of the teams. At the same time, people spend so much time trying to understand the numbers that they do not really have time to see the big pictures and focus on what matters to them and to the company. So there is a strong case for change to us. It's partially imposed on us by the external environment, where COVID and the recent macroeconomic changes require more agile response and ways of working. And at the same time, the technology actually offers a great opportunity to process and leverage large amounts of data and to automate and to generate insights, data-driven insights. So as we enter the journey of integrated planning, we decided to take the high-level approach you see on the page. The strategic plan and the target setting that you see in the upper right side of the page is already in place, so I'm not going to be covering that one today. Our focus now is on the automation of the bottom-up P&L forecasting, just the left bottom part of the page, and on standardizing and enabling the actions taking, which is the sunny part in the middle. Let me start with the bottom-up forecast. We are actually setting up few principles that we want to implement globally. One of them is monthly frequency of rolling forecast with approximately 18 months horizon. This may sound very basic, but such consensus is not in place today, and a lot of people are doing lots of different things. No-touch volume forecast is the second principle, which means an automated load of volume forecast from demand planning tool, and therefore ensuring one set of numbers. If there are adjustments made, they need to be very, very transparent. And third, we aspire to implement globally aligned rolling forecast calendar, similar to months and closing calendar that everyone has in place today. So when it comes to the actions taking, the round part in the middle, there are 2 focus areas for us. One is to standardize the scenarios we are looking at, and also to apply driver-based forecasting. So for example, a scenario for commodity cost increase, for pricing actions reflecting elasticity, or for advertising investments. And secondly, we want to ensure that the teams can actually effortlessly model the scenarios. Let me mention again the commodity cost swings or Forex impacts modeling. So where are we on the journey? We last year piloted revenue planning automation in one of our large business units, about 20 billion revenue. The team confirmed manual workload reduction of 20 to 40%, which is a great achievement. And they are also proud that the financial monthly forecast is now available on day 1 versus previously on day 5 of the forecast cycle. This year, we plan to further build on this by rolling out the revenue automation approach to more business units and partnering with them on the implementation, and expanding the planning capabilities as well. So going into the simulation capabilities, for example, as I mentioned. On the next page, as we move to the last slide, I would like to mention that in our context, the integration has few meanings. As Hans mentioned before, the integration has many meanings to many different people. For us, the most important ones are integration of cross-functional forecasts, so integrating the forecast and the numbers across the teams and working with one set of numbers with transparency of adjustments. Secondly, integrating people behaviors, process, and technology into an ecosystem that will provide reliable outcomes. And reliable means a forecast that we can trust, so increasing the forecast accuracy. And last but not least, integrating the data and insights into the decision-making process. So you can also see on the page the critical success factors that will help us address the pain points and enhance our forecasting with additional capabilities. So the key outcomes we defined are better forecast accuracy. Today we measure only the volume forecast accuracy, and in the future we would also like to measure revenue and gross profit forecast accuracy. As we want to measure also the value add of the overlays or adjustments, that will help also the ownership of teams of the forecast accuracy element. And the second outcome is no manual work and adding insights. Our ambition is that the monthly forecast is prepared in less than 5 working days, and that up to 40% of the manual workload is eliminated. That will free up the team focus on the actions taking and on managing the business. And last but not least, one number, we design automated volume forecast load with no finance adjustments. And we want to have transparency of adjustments so that people can see what was adjusted and who did it and why. And is it actually helping us to improve the forecast? So there are 3 levers that are critical for us to succeed. And I think that's generic to every company and every business, actually. It's people, converting them to the new ways of working. And not only in finance, but also cross-functionally, making sure that people understand the whole process and their role in the process. Then actually revamping the process, creating a monthly rolling forecast calendar and define activities per day to improve the efficiency of the process. And then technology and data, clearly. So implementing a new tool to eliminate the manual workload, and that can help us step into the more advanced digital capabilities like checks and alerts, integrated dashboards, and the what-if simulation analysis. So that's all I wanted to share today. I hope you enjoyed it, and looking forward to the questions from you.